happening with you. Let a couple people come on up in here. As you come in here, hit the thumbs up. Talk about it this morning. Early bird gets the worm. Welcome to the channel, taking a bath. And the bathroom is the only place where you can play with your gadgets in peace, guys. On this channel, we do product reviews and also some tutorials. And when we do our early morning session on the early morning drive, we talk about financial things, right? How we can better our lives financially, talk about opportunities in investment, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, credit, all things finance. So come on in, guys. As you come in, hit the thumbs up. Apparently, when I scheduled this, it had the schedule for 6:50 p.m. Should have been 6:50 a.m. So hopefully, YouTube will send a notification out to everyone that we're alive. All right. So once again, I hope your morning is going well. Let's talk about it. As you can tell from the title, guys, we want to talk about how to buy your worst investment, and that is a vehicle. Now, I know what you're saying. Tech, why are you calling a vehicle a bad investment? Because, good morning, because soon as you drive a vehicle off of a lot, 99.9% of the vehicles out there, right? There's very few exceptions. Soon as you drive it off the lot, it starts to depreciate. Give me a thumbs up, guys, as you come up in here. Soon as you drive it off the lot, it starts to depreciate. So this morning, we just want to have a conversation about how to buy a vehicle, right? And then we want to look at how you can turn that vehicle, which is a liability, right? Which is a liability. Anything that you're paying for that's not generating you income is a liability because it will continually take money out of your pocket and not put money in your pocket because it depreciates. So, I want to talk about how to buy a vehicle and how to turn it from a liability into an asset. So here's a couple of things to get started this morning, guys, and please give a thumbs up. I know that there's only a few up in here right now. Again, I scheduled it for 6 p.m., 6:50 p.m. Should have been scheduled for 6:50 a.m. But as you give me a thumbs up, YouTube is going to send a notification out to all our early morning viewers. Okay. Step number one in getting a vehicle. The first thing you have to ask yourself is, what type of vehicle do I need? Now, me personally, I have this philosophy. I want a vehicle that's paid for, and I want a vehicle that I have a note on. And this is why I have that philosophy, right? We have four vehicles. We have four vehicles, all right? Two are paid for, five I gave them the money. Two are paid notes on it, okay? Never know what's going to happen in life. And because a vehicle is such a vital piece of equipment for you to 18 about to run off the road for you to enjoy your lifestyle or be able to participate in society. um, if something happened to where you wasn't able to meet that note and your vehicle get repossessed, at least you have another vehicle that's paid for to help you get back on your feet, help you go find a job, help you get to interviews and stuff like that. Most of the time you have a vehicle, a paid off vehicle, most of the time they are usually older, right? And they're not as reliable. When you have one with a note, it tends to be newer, right? And it's more reliable. So you have one that's older and not as reliable, I should say, and you have one that's newer, that's more reliable. All right. So after you figure out what type of vehicle you want and how it's going to fit into your lifestyle, you need to decide, and this is very, very important, guys. I see so many people make this mistake. you need to decide before you get to the car lot how much you're willing to pay. Right? Take all of your bills and see how much you're willing to pay a month. How much you could afford to pay a month. That is very important, man. A lot of people go to the car lot and they go to look at cars and test drive cars and they fall in love, right? And the salesperson already know that you're in love with this vehicle. So they're not giving you any deal. So what I recommend is that you fall in love with a price before you fall in love with a vehicle. You fall in love with a price before you fall in love with a vehicle. So now you establish what type of vehicle you want that's going to fit your lifestyle, right? And what you're able to afford. You're in love with a monthly price. You're in love with a note. The second thing is your credit. Knowing your credit before you get there. Now, yeah, you can use like Karma Credit and stuff like that. That gives you a idea, okay? They give you an idea what your credit is. But man, there's so many FICO scores, FICO score 8, FICO score 9, mortgage FICO scores, automobile FICO scores, or whatever. Me, I pay monthly, $50 monthly for my scores. So uh, I once was told by one of my digital mentors is that you should check your credit score more often than you check your bank account. Okay, so before you go to the car lot, now that you have identified the type of vehicle you want and you know how much you're willing to pay, all right. Now you find out your credit score. So use one of those free ones like Karma Credit or whatever, and get an idea. So what you want to do is you want to boost your score. You want to boost your score. So you can do that a couple of ways. If you have a family or friend that have a credit card, a family friend that have a credit card that have like a high limit, and they had it for a while, and they've been making good credit. Good morning, Miss Gail. They've been making good decisions with their credit card. Been paying their been paying their credit card regularly, right? And they got good payment history. They don't have delinquencies on their credit card. Good morning, Uno. Hit the thumbs up as you guys come in. So what you want to do, you want to see if they can make you an authorized user, all right? See if they can make you an authorized user. Now, birds of a feather flock together most times. So most times, uh, people with poor credit or bad credit usually hang around other people with poor credit or bad credit, mainly because you just are a product of your environment. So most people will not have their relative that they can go to and you know, say, hey, put me as an authorized user on the $50,000 credit card you have or $10,000 credit card you have, right? Most people not going to have that. So what you want to do, guys, you want to Google trade lines. You want to Google credit trade lines, all right? Do your research. I'm not a financial advisor. Just do your research. And then what you want to do is you want to find which platform you want to be on, fill out the little applications and all of that, put your information in there, and you want to buy a trade line. So look for individuals that's selling their credit, right? Access to their credit, and see how much you're willing to pay. So give you a prime example. Excuse me. A prime example. You go to a car lot. Your credit score is a 580. You identify what type of car you want. You already know how much you're willing to pay. All right. You want the Karma Credit or one of those free ones. You have an idea of what your credit score is. It's not going to be an accurate credit score, but you have an idea what your credit score is. You want to boost that as high as possible. So you can get a credit card before you go. Usually that's about a 28-day process because you got to get the card and then they got to report. Okay. Same thing with trade lines. You got to get on the trade line and then they got to report. Like the next credit cycle, it got to report so it can hit your credit report. So that's another thing too. Don't do this like overnight. Like, All right, I'm going to the car lot Saturday. Now, plan it out. Say, hey, within 2 months, I want a new vehicle. Within 2 months, I want a new vehicle. So go to one of those trade line sites, okay, and instead of having bad credit and going to the car lot and having to put down $3,000, $7,000, $1,200 as a down payment, right? Instead of having to put that down as a down payment, say, hey man, if I boost my credit score up, my down payment is going to come down, or I potentially might not have any down payment. So make that investment in the trade line. So I'm on a trade line site, whatever site you prefer. I'm looking at all of the options. I'm looking for anyone to have the longest credit history with a good amount of credit. So um, if it's $50,000 worth of credit and the credit card is 10 years and they're asking $600, $700 to be put on that trade line for 3 months or 2 months or something like that, then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna make this $600 investment or this $200 investment or $100 investment because they have this materials. I'm gonna make this investment in hopes that it's going to temporarily boost my credit score. Yeah, everything checks in. It's going to boost my credit score temporarily. So when I get to the car lot, my credit is now better than what it was prior to that, and now I don't have a huge down payment, right? Or I don't have a down payment at all. So those are things you need to consider whenever you're buying your worst investment. And I'm gonna keep saying worst investment because that's what a vehicle is, because it depreciates. Now, how can we turn that liability, which is a vehicle, into an asset? Now that you know exactly how to boost your credit, right? Manipulate your credit to where you can get approved, all right? I'm going to suggest, I'm not a financial investor. Guys, as you come in, please give a thumbs up, right? Please give a thumbs up. Let other people know that we're live. It helps with the algorithm. I'm just giving y'all a straight game, bro. I done brought 4 vehicles in. I done brought 3 vehicles in the last 15 months, all right? So I'm giving you guys free game, all right? Now that you know how to manipulate the credit reporting system, and you can boost your credit score temporarily, no matter where your credit is at. Now it's all about strategy if you want to turn that that liability into asset. Number two, well, number one, in turning liability into asset. If you just want a car for a personal reason, all right, good. Okay, I put money aside for a down payment. Hey, to score up, let me subscribe to one of these services that monitors my credit report, right? Go to one of the free places like Karma Credit or whatever. That's if you just want a personal vehicle and you're looking to see around where you at with your credit. It's not going to be accurate, but you're looking to see around where you at with your credit. Then you do that. Then you do a trade line, or you get somebody to make you authorized user to boost that so you can have a personal vehicle. But if you want to take it up a notch, right? Want to take it up a notch, you need to know this is that these companies report once a month. So you want to change that liability to asset. Now it's about strategy. So number one, all right, man, how can I make money off of this vehicle? Well, you can, my friend, use a site like Tor. Tor is like the Airbnbs for cars. Basically, you buy vehicles and you rent them out. You buy vehicles and you rent them out. So let's say, all right, I want to get multiple cars and I want to rent them out. You live close to the airport, or you live close to a high traffic area. Okay, rent your car out on a site like Tor. Here's how you're gonna do that. Here's how you can do it, and this is something that I heard. I heard this from him 500. All right. Uh, let's say you go and you get one of those little compact cars, okay? Instead of going and buy a $70,000 truck, right? You go get you two two little $30,000 vehicles, or get you three little $25,000 vehicles, all right? The compact cars or whatever, $20,000 or whatever, okay? What you do, you boost your credit up, and you go to three different car lots, and you get all those cars the same week or the same day. Because what happened is the bank, if you when you buy a vehicle, the bank is going to report that you just got a new loan, all right? It's going to put that you got a new loan, and so when you go to get another vehicle, they're gonna look at your debt to income ratio. They're gonna be like, nah, you got too many vehicles in your name. We're not comfortable lending this to you right now. So to bypass that, when you can get more vehicles, right? You want to get them before they report. So you want to get them within the same day, or you want to get them within the same month. So I already boost my credit. I already know what I'm willing to pay a month. Okay, instead of paying $900 or $800 a month for one vehicle, all right, I'm gonna pay $200, all right, or $300 a month for three or two vehicles. Hear me out. For three or two vehicles. So I'm gonna go to two or three different car lots, and I'm gonna get those vehicles that same day, that same week, or before their money's out. Now here's what's gonna happen. You're going to place that vehicles or those vehicles on the Turo site, and you're going to rent them out. Okay, you're going to rent them out. You're going to make good money, enough money to pay for that note, to pay for the insurance, and have a profit if you are in a high traffic area such as the airport or something like that, a major metropolitan area. Now you say, all right, Tech, I'm not in a major metropolitan area or whatever. I'm not close to an airport or where people looking to rent cars. Okay, then here's another option. And let me just say this. I say get you two or three smart cars or small cars that might be $200 or $300, man. You probably, depending on your credit score and depending on how many trail lines you get, right? Um, you probably can get sedans too for that price, $200, $300. All right, so it just don't have to be the little small cars too. You probably can get sedans also for those prices. So now we talked about uh, boosting our credit to the point to where we're comfortable going to the car lot, knowing that we're going to be approved, right? With little to no down payment. And now we're talking about changing that liability into asset. So buying multiple vehicles before it reports back on your credit. So within that same month, within the same day, or within, you know, a 2 week period of time or whatever, I would suggest. Guys, give me a thumbs up. That way, YouTube can send out the notifications to other people. So please hit the thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything. So you say, Tech, I'm not in a high traffic area like that. I'm in a rural area. You can you can say, all right, then I want to do what is called a specialty. So instead of going to get three cars and put it on Turo, I want to take all of this credit that I just built up. Okay, I want to go to a car lot and I want to get a high value car. So basically, like a Benz or a Range Rover or something like that. Okay, as long as you have the income to justify that. Um, we already talked about boosting your credit to get it. So then you put one of those cars where people will rent those cars for like special occasions. Okay, you put that on Turo, man. So literally, man, people be like, hey, man, let me rent this car for to shoot a video, a rap video, or let me rent this car for my wedding, or let me rent this car for my kid to go to prom or something like that. So you can do like a specialty car, and Turo gonna do all the advertising for you, and you can advertise for yourself also, right? Give me a thumbs up, guys. Please give me a thumbs up. You can do that. Well, you say, all right, Tech, I'm not comfortable paying a $1,200 car note for a specialty car. I'm not comfortable if 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 my advertising don't go as planned, okay, then I'm stuck with this note. I get it. I tell people this all the time. Each time you start a business, you're taking a calculated risk, and you're only going to go as far as your hustle. All right, you're only going to go as far as your hustle take you. So, if you're not the type of person to get out there and hustle your product, if you look, when I get on here and I'm constantly announcing all of my digital products and my video courses, I tell people, as Kevin Hart said, you are your best promoter. How would that work with insurance? You are your best promoter. So with with insurance, you can get you can get insurance that cover drivers that's not in your household. All right. So that's how that's going to work. So it'd be just like someone buying it'd be just like someone borrowing your vehicle, like a family or a friend member. It'd be just like somebody borrow your vehicle. If they get into an accident, bang, they're covered. So you have that insurance you can buy. That insurance is going to be paid for doing the renting it out. Now, if you want a legit LLC, then of course then you get business insurance, which is going to be a bit more expensive. But again, there's enough money in this process to cover it, man. Like there's people literally renting out cars as soon as the car parked, they got another buyer. People literally, man, making $1,200 to $2,000 a month off of one vehicle. Okay, and if you have like one of the small vehicles who knows it's only $300, right? If you can get a sedan, a nice size car, all right, and you can get that note around $300, and you got like three of those. If you're making 2 grand off of one vehicle, you got more than enough for the note and more than enough for the insurance, and now you have passive income. And of course, you have like maintenance, oil change and stuff like that. Changing of your tires and stuff like that. All right, so just consider that. So you don't want to do a specialty vehicle, all right, and you're not in a high traffic area. So what else can you do? What else can you do to turn that liability into asset? Now this right here is gonna blow your mind again. This is not my idea. Again, I heard this from one of my digital mentors. Okay, check this out. Everyone have a downtown. No matter where you live at, you got a downtown, and you got people that have a business right downtown. So you got people that own businesses downtown, all right. And the reason why I'm saying downtown or uptown or wherever you have a high traffic area in your city or in your town, right? You don't want to go on two road. You don't want to do specialty cars. But as we already established earlier via this live, is boost your credit up temporarily. So when you go to the car lot, you got your best chance of getting the vehicle you want. So you don't want to do all those other things. This is what you can do. There's some kid out there, right, that need a job or a young adult. I ain't gonna say kid, young adult. Okay. And remember, when you do these things, you the boss. You the owner of this idea or company, all right? So you get to pick. You get to pick who's going to participate in this process. So what you do is you find a young adult or a responsible kid that's looking to make some extra money. It's looking to make some extra money. You get your 3 cars, 2 or 3 cars. Start off with 1 or 2. All right, whatever you comfortable with. Remember, you only gonna be as successful as your hustle take you. So you find those kids and say, hey, look, you want to do DoorDash? You want to make some money driving? All right, you want to make some money driving? I'm gonna rent you this car, right? 6 hours a day, 7 days a week, 5 days a week, whatever it is. All right, at $200 a month. Gonna rent you this car at $200 a month. Now why is this important? It's important because usually a young adult do not have established credit. So they can't just go on a car lot and get a car. Okay? They usually don't have established credit. You can't just go on a car lot and get a car, right? Number two, you giving them an opportunity to earn income. To earn income. So you saying, all right, Tech, that's $200 that they're paying me a month, but my note, you already said my note is going to be 200, 300. That's not even covering the insurance. Bear with me. You get two drivers, 6 hours a day. Okay, two drivers, 6 hours a day. They do shifts. All right, from this time to that time, that person get the car. From that time to that time, the other person get the car. That's $400 now. Your car note 250, 300. You got an extra $100. All right. So now your car note, right, and possibly your insurance is covered off of those two drivers for that vehicle. With Tech, I don't see the profit. We're not done yet. So then what you do, you go downtown and you say, hey, business number one, hey, business number two, hey, business number three. Hey, look, I have this car company, right, to where I have drivers, and my drivers drive downtown or around town 12 hours a day. Would you like to advertise on my vehicle? All right, I could put you on my door, $200 a month, $150 a month, and guarantee that people downtown or people around town would see your advertisement all day long for at least 12 hours a day. So vehicle just with the driver that's covering your note and it's covering your insurance essentially. And now you get you 2 to 3 advertisers. Both on, you got a sedan, you got 4 doors, you know, you can put it on each door, you can put it on the hood, you can put it on your trunk, on the back of the car. You decide how much space you want to rent out on that vehicle, and that's going to be your extra money. Okay, so my drivers that's doing DoorDash cover my note and my insurance, and now I got advertise. Let's say I do $100, and I get two advertisers on my passenger side and my driver's side and one on my hood. That's $300 a month. That's $300 a month for one vehicle. I got two vehicles, that's $600. I got three vehicles, that's $900 a month. Passive income, all right. And here's the great news. They're only using the vehicle 12 hours a day. It's 24 hours. It's 24 hours, right, in a day. So you can even find other things to do with those vehicles to hit a hustle. So after those 12 hours, you can say, hey man, a person that works at night, hey man, what time you go to work? I'll let you use my one of my vehicles to get back and forth to work or something like that. Like the possibilities are endless. So you can do two row, okay, to where people would be just you'll be just like enterprise, people go on the website and rent your car out. Or you can do what I just talked about, doing the advertisement and hire drivers, right? Okay. Um, have them pay you to drive a vehicle. You can do that. Or you can do specialized vehicle, get a specialized vehicle, and people pay you to use your vehicle to shoot videos and use specialized events. Those are some of the examples of how you can turn your worst investment. You can turn a liability into it's easy and simple as that. That the rich and wealthy do every day, man. Every day. When you see a lot of these guys that's pulling up in Lamborghinis and Rolls Royce and stuff, man, a lot of those people are just renting those vehicles. A lot of those people are just renting those vehicles, and what all of them have in common is one thing. One thing they have in common is that the ones that's giving them the vehicle to rent is that they have their credit game on par. They have their credit game on par. When I tell you guys that once you learn how to manipulate the credit process, you can basically do anything. You can basically have any business idea, guys, and have it be funded and sponsored with other people's money. That's it. That's it. Now, here's some more tips about buying a vehicle. Me personally, I rarely nowadays, like I said, I just bought I bought 3 vehicles within the past couple of months, 12 months, 15 months, something like that. I rarely go on a car lot without being pre-approved. When I go on a car lot, guys, I know exactly what my credit is because I'm paying monthly for a credit score. What I was trying to say earlier is that before you go to the car lot, if you want to do like a personal free places like Karma Credit. But if you want to do what I was talking about, getting you like 2 or 3 vehicles and turning those liabilities into asset, then make an investment into one of those paid credit monitoring agencies to where you really know what your credit score is, right? Because you want to have all the leverage. The last thing you want to do is come up with a plan and walk into a car lot, right? Walk onto a car lot and they say, well, your credit score is not up to par. After you have made investment in trade lines and all of that, and you think your credit is one thing and it's not. All right. So check individuals' age won't affect the cost of insurance if you get a younger driver. So, Miss Garrett, that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to put them on your insurance. You have 2 options. You can form a LLC or a DBA doing business as, all right, and you can get business insurance, okay, or if you're just using this as passive income, all right, you can buy insurance that covers no matter what the age. You can buy insurance that covers drivers that's not on that's not in your household or not on your insurance. Now, um, those policies might be a little bit more expensive, not that much more expensive, might be a little bit more expensive than a basic policy, but you can get those policies that basically covers individuals who you let use your car. They don't have to be in your household and they don't have to be on your insurance, but you can get policies that cover people who you allow to drive your car. Okay, so those policies do exist. It might be an extra $30 or $50 a month or whatever, but those policies do exist. So those are the things you can do as it relates to turning that liability into an asset. As I was saying, man, I done brought a couple of vehicles within the past few months. Okay, I rarely go into a car lot without knowing what I'm pre-approved for. So I pre-qualify before I go onto the car lot. So if I know I'm pre-approved, right? Whether it's due, and here's another thing too, man. I know y'all know I'm always all over the place, but so much knowledge that I have learned. Don't sleep on credit unions, guys. Listen, don't sleep on credit unions, guys. Start banking with a credit union. Establish a relationship with a credit union. And if you've been with them for a couple of months or a couple of years or whatever, what's up? Good morning, King. Couple of years or whatever, you won't believe the amount that they would give you, line of credit they would give you via credit cards, home loans, or automobile loans. Well, they'll literally just cut you a check to go to the dealership, all right? So don't sleep on credit unions. As I was saying, when I go on a car lot, I already know what I'm pre-approved for. I already know where my credit at. I'm now empowered. I'm now empowered when I go on a car lot. My last vehicle, I didn't even go on a car lot. This truck right here, if you watch the vehicle, taking possession of my 2021 Dodge Ram Laramie, if you watch that review, that video, I didn't even go on a car lot, guys. I already knew what I pre-approved for. I got on the internet, boom. I was looking at a used limited 2019 limited edition of the Dodge Ram, all right? And the guy was like, well, for that price, won't you just they had some type of rebates and stuff, specials. It was like, we got one for 58,000, you know, rebates and all of that. and you get your brand new one. So I was like, all right, do it have this? Do it have that? Do it have that? So there was some trade-offs. So there are some things that the limited had, like the technology package that this one didn't have. But this vehicle right here had 95% of what I wanted. So again, falling in love with a price range and not just falling in love with a vehicle. What I did was I was like, all right, reached out to him at about I did the pre-qualification about 7. About 9 at night, I got an email. The next morning, the next morning he asked me about my trade in, made me an offer on my trade in, give me 19,000 on my trade in. Okay, then I want to say the day after that, it was like a 3-day process. The day after that, everything finalized. So within 5 days, I had everything finalized, trading and everything. Where he just delivered me the vehicle. I never test drove it or nothing. Never went to the car lot or nothing. All right. He took all of the pictures. He sent me all of you know, the specs. All right. Everything from the computer. Okay. Anything I wanted, video, whatever, they sent it to me. The vehicle was brand new. Wasn't worried about any of that. Okay. Of course, I watched reviews and stuff online on YouTube and stuff. So I never set foot on the car lot to get this vehicle right here. I was pre-approved. I don't have to go through the hassle to do all of that. Miss Gail said gas. Let me see your question. Uh, Cost of gas is hot. Miss Gail, listen. Whenever you do anything business related, you're going to factor in your expenses. Okay. So all of those things I just said were suggestions. But when you're doing this business, your price is going to reflect your expenses. So if goes up, then the price you rent your car for will go up. All right. If gas prices go up, then the price you charge people to drive those vehicles will go up. All right. So it's just like any other business. When your overhead go up, then your price rise. Okay. And to be competitive, when prices come down, then your price come down. So that's simple. So again, before you go on the car lot, excuse me, know your credit score. Know your credit score. Make that investment to know your credit score. Get those trade lines to boost your credit score. Make an investment. Get those trade lines to boost your credit score. Manipulate that credit. So when you get there, um, you have leverage. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. Another thing too is depending on what type of vehicle, depending on how much how much you asking the bank to finance, right? When they be needing like proof of like income, they want check stubs and W-2 and history payment. All of that, a lot of times goes back to your credit score. I'm gonna tell you, uh, if you have a good credit score, a lot of times the bank will even bypass proof of income. If you have a good, I'm telling you, when you have a good credit score, a lot of times the bank will even bypass proof of income, depending on who you're getting the loan from. So basically, they just run your credit and be like, get whatever you want on the lot. And the reason why is because they look at your credit history and they're like, hey, you're making all of these payments on whatever monthly, right? Okay, then we don't even need your credit score. I mean credit. We don't even need your proof of income. I meant to say, because we already know that you are responsible with credit. So it happens. It happens, guys. It happens. It happens. Like me being self-employed. Like a lot of times they try to make me jump hoops for certain things. But once I got my credit score up, then it's an easy process. Yeah, they did that to me last time. They did that to me last time. Just asked for a ballpark figure, no proof. Yep, yep. We also need to think about Uber type prices, lease prices. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Whenever if you consider to do a business like that, yeah, you look at the competition, you look at the competitors, you know, you look at what they're doing, and like I always say, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You just adjust it to your lifestyle. Okay, just adjust it to your lifestyle. So a vehicle can be your worst investment because it depreciates, but a vehicle can also be an asset if if you're using it to generate income. I heard somebody say one time, um, Dave never sleep. He's another influencer that talks about he do social proofing. So Dave never sleep. He talked about being able to have the vehicle of his dream, right? Being able to have the vehicle of his dream, but not falling in love with the vehicle. And what he was saying was that, man, I have this vehicle that I can get in and I can drive at any time, right? And enjoy all of the luxury of this vehicle, the look, the status that it gives me, enjoy that. And at the same time, when this vehicle is parked, I can rent this vehicle out on Turo to help mitigate the price that it costs me monthly or to make passive income off of this vehicle. I'm the type of person, man, when I buy a vehicle, man, you know, I fall in love with it, but after a couple of months, I'm the type of person, bro. I'm looking for the next thing. I'm on to the next thing. Okay. So if you that type of individual, then why not, you know, have the best of both worlds? Have the vehicle that you want where you can drive it and enjoy it, but also use it, to make money. Now, I'm gonna tell you another way. If you're looking at making money, okay, with vehicles, right now there's a shortage of truck drivers. You don't need a CDL guy to be a truck driver. All right, you can be what they call, I think it's a hot shot driver. All right, so basically you can go get your credit up. You can start a whole business just driving. Get your credit up. Go on the car lot and get you a used dually truck for about $30,000. Okay, and don't have to have all of the blind sides and technology package and bells and whistles. No, because you're using this to haul stuff. All right, go get you that. Go get you a trailer and get you a dispatcher. And now you can go pick up loads without a CDL license and get paid for it. And these guys make six figures a year doing this. Or you can get you a van. I see a guy on TikTok. He got a van, and basically what he do, he make deliveries out of a van. Make deliveries out of a van. It's like you ever see these? You ever seen like these white vans with no windows on the side, like cargo vans or whatever? He got one of those. Boom, man. Look, $800, $600, $1,200 to drive. Different loads, different loads. So you got that van, right? You got that cargo van. That's probably $40,000, $50,000. Okay, that note probably $700 a month. You go get you get with a dispatcher, all right, and you go get that van loaded up, and they're going to pay you $1,200 or $2,000, right, for an 8-hour trip or a 10-hour trip. You basically can do two loads, depending on your lifestyle. You basically can do two loads a month and be able to pay for that note on that van. Hear what I'm saying? You basically can do two loads a month, or do enough loads to get you $4,000 a month, depending on your lifestyle. Be able to pay that $700 note, be able to pay for the gas, be able to pay for the insurance, right? And if you, depending on your lifestyle, if you don't want to work no more that month, you good. And then you can do other stuff with that van. You can rent that van out to other people, right? The rest of the month to generate passive income. So you literally can do 30 hours, 40 hours in a whole month, right? And still have still have a monthly salary of about $3,000, and of course your expenses, your gas and insurance and all that got to come out of that. So use that as an example. So you want to make more than that, you might say, well, I'm only gonna work 80 hours a month. Okay, I'm only gonna work 2 weeks a month and have 2 weeks off, and have way more than enough money to pay for your house note, to pay for that van, right, and anything else. Guys, there's so many ways to make money. You just have to have a creative mind, right? And you have to know how to manipulate the credit system. So a lot of people with bad credit, man, they like, man, my credit, but Tech, you don't know, my credit really bad. Like my credit score is really bad, Tech. Like you just don't know how bad it is. I tell my story each time, man. Most people credit score wasn't as poor as me as my wife and my credit score. Okay, um, we had foreclosures on our you know our credit, repossessions, student loans, uh, divorce, like all of that, bro. And just learning how to get stuff off of your credit, learning how to dispute stuff, all right, learning how to build credit, secure credit cards, or authorized users with trade lines and stuff like that. Um, learning how to velocity bank, how to start off with small credit limits. Look, when I got to the point to where I started off with secure credit card, putting up $200. When I got to the point to where a company gives me $300 worth of credit, boy, I was sky high, boy. Then when I got to $500, boy, I was sky high, boy. And people give me a credit card, $500 on there. Then I got to 1,000, then 3,500, then 5,000, then 10,000 plus, right? It's a process, and it's not a long process in the grand scheme of things because I had bad credit for years. So that's why in the description of this video, guys, you're going to see that you can get my six-figure journey video course, 100, and that's just one portion of the video module. The video module. That's just one portion of the video course, which is the module. To the credit portion, but you also have the skills portion take you only so far. But when you get access to capital, lines of credit, other people money, man, you can do so much. You can do so much. But you have to, guys, you have to learn the credit game. You don't even have to be an expert in it. You just have to learn how to manipulate it. And in that video course, Six Figure Journeys, guys, I literally lays it out for you. I lay it out for you in the first module. I lay it out for you how to manipulate credit, how to better your credit, right? So when you go on a car lot, you know you're in a good place. When you go to buy a home, you know you're in a good place, all right? Um, Again, don't sleep on credit unions, guys. I I joined Navy Federal because my brother-in-law's in the Navy. I got his number. Boom. I joined Navy Federal. I stayed with them for like about a month. I mean, I'm still with them, but when I was with them for about a month, I made like two small deposits. I made $250 deposit one month, and before I even made the second deposit, I made a $250 deposit one month, okay? And I used their mobile banking. And after I was with them for a month, right? It started like I was in a relationship with them. After I was with them for a month, I applied for a credit card, and they give me $3,500, right off the bat. Here you go, $3,500 credit card, right off the bat. There's buku other credit unions out there. When you start forming a relationship with them, right? After about a month or so, apply for a card, okay? Using the tips that I give you in the video course, Six Figure Journeys, right? Using those tips, then apply for a credit card, and you don't even have to have a good credit score in this process, all right? Then they're gonna give you a credit card, man. They're gonna give you a credit card, all right? So don't sleep on credit unions, man. Don't sleep on credit unions. So just think about that, man. My wife's SoFi card just came in, $5,000. All right, just came in yesterday. Just think about all of the endless possibilities you have in making money, right? Using something that is usually considered a liability that depreciates a vehicle. And this morning, I just give you ideas how to a take that liability and turn it into an asset. But I go back to how we started. If you just want a vehicle for your personal use, all right, then consider those tips that I give you. A, see what type of vehicle you want, you know, but that's going to fit your lifestyle. B, fall in love with a price before you go to a car lot. Fall in love with a price. Guys, give me a thumbs up, please. Fall in love with a price. This is how much I'm willing to pay a month. Okay. Get pre-qualified before you go there. Get pre-qualified before you go there. Get one of those little free things, Karma Credit. All right. Get put on as authorized user on one of your family or friend credit cards that got good credit, or buy a trade line. Okay. That's going to save you so much money and down payment money, right? If you nudge that credit up temporarily, all right, boost that credit up temporarily, okay, get pre-qualified, you know, and then fall in love with a vehicle that's within your price range. Because by the time you get to the car lot, now you got leverage. You know what your credit score is, right? And you know what you're willing to pay. Now you got leverage. So if you want a personal vehicle, if you want a vehicle or vehicles, boost that credit up, get those trade lines, all right? Uh, see what you're comfortable paying a month. Try to get you several small vehicles or vehicles within a price range that you come, and put it on Turo. Put those vehicles on Turo, let those vehicles make money. Or you can do specialized vehicles, a Range Rover, a Lexus, a Lambo, depending on where you got your credit card, right? And you can do like, especially, rent it out. Let people rent it out for private events or videos and stuff like that, okay? Or you can do the DoorDash method, okay? Hey, buy a couple of vehicles and say, hey, man, you want to drive the vehicle? Pay me $200 a month for 6 hours a day. Get you 2 drivers per vehicle. That's going to cover your insurance, cover your vehicle, and you put advertisement on there, all right? Get people in your town and your city and say, hey, look, this vehicle is downtown, 6 hours a day, 12 hours a day. Hey, put advertisement on the vehicle, $100 a month, $150 a month, $200 a month. Put the decal on the door or something like that. Boom, you're good to go. Or boom, go get you a dually, get you a used dually, big truck. Get you a trailer. All right, you don't need no CDL license, and get you a dispatcher. Find out who's paying drivers to drive. Become a hot shot driver. I think it's the name of a hot shot driver. Make over 6 figures a year. Or, like I said about the TikToker, get yourself like a cargo van, $30,000, $40,000. All right, boom. Get you a dispatcher. Find out who's paying drivers, and get paid anywhere from $800 to $2,000 plus a load. All right, you might have to drive 8 hours, 10 hours. You know what I'm saying, per load, and you literally, guys, literally can say, I'm only gonna work 40 hours this month. I'm only gonna work 80 hours this month, and have the rest of the month off. You know what 80 hours is? All right, 80 hours, guys. That's basically 2 weeks. That means you only work a half a month. That's like basically working a half a year, and still, have a lifestyle that you can't support. And all of that starts with what? Learning how to manipulate credit, which brings us back to sixfigurejourneys.com. In the description of this video, guys, the first module is teaching you about credit. Once you got credit down pat, everything else is going to, be, water underneath the bridge. So consider those things, guys. So that's how you buy. That's how you make your worst investment ever, or buy your worst investment ever. And that's some ways how you can take that liability and turn it to asset It's so many ways you can make money out here, man. So what we got coming IPTV review Friday. So for that, gonna do another IPTV review Friday, guys. Um, only thing I ask of you guys is that when we talk about these things, that you do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm only sharing things that I learned, right, or I seen other people be successful at. Okay, I always say as I learn, I share. So I'm always grateful for those of you that get up early in the morning, those of you that watch it on a replay. I'm always grateful that we can meet in the morning and we can have these conversations because a lot of times, man, we are in the situations that we find ourselves in situations that we can get out of, but we just don't have the knowledge or we just don't have the idea, right? It only takes one person to sow a seed mind that can spark you to go on to do big things. So these early morning things, man, on my morning drive, when I do these things, man, I'm literally trying to inspire future entrepreneurs. I'm literally trying to help people get out of bad situations, all right? Because I found myself in bad situations in the past, and I know that it's possible. And so these early morning lives, man, is just an example of how we as individuals, we can get out of whatever situation we find ourselves in if we just have that knowledge, right? If we just take that time out, take that time out to learn from other people that have been there. And that's what I always say, man. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, man. Somebody been through that situation that you're going through, or they've been through something similar. You just have to invest in yourself, man. How do I get this knowledge? The way you get out of situations is by finding the roadmap out of it. How do I get this knowledge? If somebody's giving you the blueprint, why not follow it, gang? Why not follow it, gang? You can get out of any situation that you are in life. Sometimes it might take time, but if you have that knowledge, you know you well on your way. So many ways you can make money with vehicles, guys. It all starts with credit. It all starts with learning how to manipulate credit, and it all starts with going as far as your imagination take you. It's your boy taking a bath. Until next time, peace. Don't forget to subscribe. Link in the description of the video. You want to learn how to sell hotspots? Description of the video. We got that, guys. If you want to know how you can get six figures, no problem, no problem. Want to know how to get six figures, guys? I look. I can't stress this enough, guys. Invest in yourself. $100 can change your life. I'll say it again. $100 can change your life. If you don't believe me, ask them what happened when I was selling that video course for $25 on when the hotspot mixes first came out. Ask people how many lives were changed by that, how they was making $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $800, $300 a month, right? Knowledge is power. It's your boy taking the bathroom until next time. Peace. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. See you Friday when we're going to be doing another IPTV review.